Hi, I'm Zuili, the reading mama. Today we are on the second book of the confidence theme. This is a very special book. It's one of my favorite picture books ever. It's called The Dot and it is written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. And the publisher is Candlewick Press. So, what are we going to do? I am going to give you a summary of the story. I am going to tell you what I love about the story so much. I'm going to tell you how can you use this book to have meaningful conversations with your child. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into the book. Okay, so let's start. This is a story of a little girl who thinks she just can't draw, and her teacher comes in. She tells her to just make a mark and see where it takes her. What starts with just a dot turns into a host of beautiful paintings at the art show at her school. That's about the story of the book. And it doesn't just stop here. She passes on the encouragement to someone else who needs it as well. It creates a ripple effect. So that's about the story of the book. And what do I love about this book? First and foremost, it's the illustrations in this book. So they start off with very monochromatic drab color scheme for Vashti. As her creativity flourishes, we see vibrant colors appear. Vashti remains in monochrome throughout the book. So I think that suggests that she stops getting in the way of herself and lets her art speak for itself. There is a painting by Vashti where they say that she has drawn a dot by not drawing a dot. So she has just painted the edges of the book. Through that, form of dot has emerged, and that is called a negative space. So negative space is used for many reasons by the artists, and in this particular book, Peter H. Reynolds has used it to show n number of possibilities, to create something, to make something through, even if you start just with a dot. The language of the book is very minimal, it is quite simple, it is quite plain, and I think that is the messaging of the book as well, right? This book is more about doing rather than speaking. That also comes through the character of the teacher. So she doesn't say much, she doesn't create a roadmap for Vashti to become a great artist. She doesn't give any suggestions as to what she should draw. She just says, just make a mark and see where it takes you. That gives Vashti a push in the right direction, a nudge in the right direction. Also, what is amazing about this teacher is when Vashti turns up a blank sheet of paper, she doesn't say that you have wasted your entire time or why haven't you drawn anything. She just interprets that lack of paper as a polar bear stuck in a snowstorm. And that puts a positive spin on it. How can we use this book to have meaningful conversations with our child? You could ask your child, what is something that you have improved at over a course of time, and how, what have you done to improve at that thing? How does it feel now? Or what is something that you want to improve at, and how can you do that? How can you decide how to improve at that particular thing? And this is a prompt for both of you, for your child and for you. Vashti passed on the encouragement to someone else who needed that. How can you do that for someone? How can you do that for your child? How can your child do that for their friends, etc.? So think about it. It doesn't have to be something grand. Encouragement doesn't mean doing a big gesture or something. It just needs to be something as tiny as possible. So think about it. And I have another prompt for you as a parent. So Vashti's teacher puts a positive spin on her lack of work. How can you do that for your child? How can you shift their perspective from something that they're feeling stuck at or something that they don't like to something positive? Think about it. So this book is all about doing and not speaking, so you can do something really fun with this book. So all of you can take a blank sheet of paper each, put a dot on it and paint till the paper is full. You can use any art supplies that you want. watercolors, crayons, sketch pens, whatever you want, and at the end you can compare all of your paintings, which I'm sure will be vastly different from each other. Let's get a sneak peek into the book. This is The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds and Candlewick Press. Our class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." What happens next is a story that you will have to find out for yourself. I am linking the book in the description. So let me know in the comment section if you had fun doing this activity, if you have something else in mind to do with this book. If you like this book, if you have already read it to your child, if it has helped you, and see you next time with another amazing book. Subscribe to The Reading Mama for more such amazing recommendations. Bye.